Hi. My name is Victoria. Veneers of Not. What's up? I do several lovely things on my channel, and I wish could lie and say there's gonna be an ASMR reaction Friday, but there's not. And I'll tell you why there's not. Once again, say with me, kids, I am going out of town because I'm never home and I can never be home for more than 2 weeks at a time. I was born for tour, destined for greatness. Don't know when, but eventually all of this will make sense, I'm sure. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I have a subscriber goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We have 429, 430 something. I don't remember, but we on the way to being halfway there, and that's what matters. So subscribe, share this video with 3 people, and today we're gonna have a little debate featuring Cameraman Trinity.
Yeah, I'm here.
So I saw a video earlier posted by a family member. I mean, I ain't gonna get into all that. And the video was essentially a girl saying that if a woman has a low sex drive, but her man has a high sex drive, it is selfish of her to not let that man cheat, or for her to not want to just make herself have sex with him. Now, it's not really a debate. I told Trinity we were going to debate, but that would mean one of us would have to be for this, and I'm just going to assume that you would not.
No,
yeah.
What the fuck?
It's not necessarily a debate. It's a conversation.
That's like the most twisted. Like one, it has to be one or the other, and I'm like, or you could just make a very good point of I'm not having sex, and I'm not okay with you having sex with other people. Like,
but the thing is that she's saying it's selfish to want that. But on the other side of that is like, me and my friends had a whole thing in the group chat. I gotta let you read it because it was really funny. But if the roles were reversed and I was with my boyfriend and I was like, hey, look, what you slinging a little weak. By chance, do you think Darius could come over? Your friend Darius, do you think he could come over and, you know, clear the pipes, if you will? What is he gonna do? Now, I, as the woman in the situation, the traditional situation, original situation, would have to be like, oh yeah, like sure, I don't want to have sex with you, and I don't really want to see you have sex with my friend, but to keep you happy, to keep you around, I'm going to let you have sex with my friend. In this situation, a man would not let his girlfriend, like my man would not let me have sex with Darius. He just wouldn't let it happen.
nah, it's not.
So like,
it's not gonna happen. You have to be, and the thing is that there's different kinds of relationships, right? Like in the traditional sense, if you're thinking like OG classic, like monogamous relationship, it's not gonna happen. But maybe you're like a throuple. Maybe you're, you have an open relationship.
But those are options that present the woman in the situation getting what she wants. This is the conversation of a woman is being selfish because a man, her man specifically, has a high sex drive and low key wants to sleep with other people, but he wants her to okay him sleeping with other people. Please note, this is a woman is the one that posted this. Well, no, the family member that posted it was a man, but the woman in the person in the video was a woman. I was personally disgusted because I was like, there's a girl out there somewhere that really needs that, whose husband or boyfriend, whoever, is putting her in this position right now. He has her, I'm doing homework at the same time, who has her like, oh, just let me have sex with this person, so on and so forth. I'm coming home to you anyway. There's a woman in that position who's like wondering what to do, freaking out, trying to figure out like, is this relationship gonna work, whatever. And instead of her seeing a video that says like, girl, know your worth, like know what you're made of, she's gonna see a girl who just like sounds stupid, but is telling her to accept the worst case scenario for herself.
It's literally just accepting the worst case scenario so that way you can keep the relationship going. But it's
but
like,
are you keeping the relationship
and that's the thing. One, are you truly keeping the relationship going if that's not what you wanted in the relationship in the first place? And two, you're also actively denying your own wants and needs. You're basically saying that what you want and need in the relationship is irrelevant. That's not okay.
Right.
You need to. A relationship is a two-way street. It's not just one person takes and then demands from you, and you just keep on giving and they take. No, it's give and take. You have to understand there's compromise. And if this nigga or woman cannot keep it in their pants to understand that you have boundaries, then you probably need to end that relationship right then and there.
The way it sounded to me is that she sounded, number one, stupid. Like, I mean, like, I'm holding back because I don't know this person in this video, but I do know the family member that posted it. She just sounded so dumb. Like it was like you sound stupid. You sound desperate. Like that's what it sounded like. It sounded like she was trying to encourage women to be desperate. Oh, you can't satisfy him, so let somebody else do it. So are you desperate for somebody else's man, sis? Or are you desperate to be the ultimate pick-me? Because that's what it's giving.
And also the biggest question is that if he's not satisfied with you, who's to say he hasn't already cheated on you? Because if he's already asking, like, what person on the planet, I don't know if it's okay for me to sit down and say, I'm happy that you told me that you've been having these thoughts so we can maybe work this through, or I'm fucking pissed at you that you had the audacity to ask me, is it okay if I cheat on you?
Or even suggest that somebody, like, what got me, there's two parts to it.
Suggestion that it's okay for you to do it.
There's two parts to it, though. The first part is, oh, let him cheat. That's the first part that has me like, girl, is it all in there? Is it mush? Is it mashed potato? Is it soup? Like, is it all up there, or is it like coming out in a different way?
Like, what self-respect do you lack to a degree?
It was the let him cheat one that started it. I've heard it before, so I won't say she's completely dumb in that area. I have heard, and this isn't something like a new concept. It's something that I've heard before, like as a child, of like, oh, if you can't give him what he wants, another woman will. So I've heard of the concept of, oh, either give it to him now or somebody else is going to give it to him, or let him get it somewhere else. But letting him get it somewhere else is just encouraging him to do something he's already doing. Because him coming to you with the suggestion of, oh, you should just let me have sex with one of your friends. That concept is just dumb, right? But it's something that I've heard before, so it's not foreign. The thing that got me was the part where she was like, have sex with him anyway. Like, even if you don't want to, have sex with him anyway. And I'm going to tell you why this is just a dumb thing to me. If you're with somebody and they have a high sex drive, which there's nothing wrong with that, there's a lot of things on this earth that can help a person with a high sex drive, and it's not help as in a bad way, but that can suffice or act as a sufficient thing. They sell certain body parts that come in silicone. They sell selling. You have left and right hands. But the thing is,
you get really into gardening.
Yeah.
I love how you're like.
But the thing is, if you're with somebody like that, how do I say it without sounding risque? They either want to have sex with you or they want to have sex with you. The difference obviously being, you are a person. You're not just a person, you are their person. They want you, they desire you. Even if they have a high sex drive and you might not be in the mood, or you're not like in the place, or maybe you just don't want to be touched that day. Even if you put that idea on the table of, sure, go have sex with somebody else, they wouldn't take it because they desire you, they love you. That's a person with a high sex drive. A person that just wants to have sex with you is a person that doesn't see you as a person that sees you as an option.
Yeah.
So them coming to you,
actively okay with letting this nigga stay with you.
If you're okay with somebody treating you like an option, but the thing is that these are manipulative. Thank you. People in the situation, which I'm like, the girl in the video, I'm like, who hurt you? Have to be a certain level of desperate, a certain level of hurt, and a certain level of confused to make up in your mind that you were okay with being an option. You were okay with being at home. Oh, he comes home to me, so on and so forth. He does XYZ to me. He does blah, blah, blah with me. At the end of the day, well, sweet pea, the day begins and ends. Where does his day begin? Where does he go during the day? It doesn't matter where he lays his head at night. Where he lays his head right here. That nigga could sleep 23 hours a day and spend 6 of them with you and 6 of them with somebody else and 6 of them with somebody else. It does not matter who he goes home to. It matters where his heart is, and the fact that he's okay with sleeping with somebody else, and the fact that you're okay with letting him sleep with somebody else. It means that there's no heart for either of you between the two of you. His willingness to, accept the idea of, oh, she's gonna let me sleep with somebody else, but I won't let her sleep with somebody else, because that would insinuate an open relationship. So
that means at that point that's not an open relationship. That's not you just being like, oh, I just can't satisfy my man. That's literally him just having sex with you and then having sex with someone else and then
which is why in the situation, if it's true, I don't know if it's true.
And also that to me is just too many cooks in the kitchen, bro. You don't know what anybody got. Like,
which that's not what the conversation is. The issue here is just,
it's not the conversation, but it's just another potential issue.
I mean, I will say it's a potential issue if we really had the time and the energy to go there, but I don't. You don't love that person, you're just lonely. You don't desire that person, you're desperate. You are being used. This is just to the girl. You're being used, and you're encouraging other women to be used. You're encouraging other women to let their homegirls or let somebody else tap in to satisfy their man. But if their man isn't satisfied with what he has, you're not compatible. Versus you being like, oh, my man has a high sex drive, but I don't. So on and so forth, blase, blase. Well, either he loves you enough to get to calm the fuck down, or y'all aren't compatible. Sexual incompatibility, is that a word? Incompatibility?
Yes.
Being sexually incompatible is normal. It just means you ain't the one. Why would you put yourself in a place of emotional discourse?
I don't know if they have an open relationship, but from the way she's putting it,
it's not an open. We're just gonna drop the concepts of things that are pre-established. And I will say, even though I don't like open relationships or thruples or anything like that, because I just prefer monogamy as a whole, but pre-established and functional, because we're talking about people that are entirely dysfunctional. I let my man sleep with other women, but I'm not allowed to sleep with other men. My man has a high sex drive, so either I let him drive me because I don't want to have sex with him at this time, or I let him sleep with other people.
Homie walked out and he says, it must be duck season, nigga, because I am ready and raring, and I don't care if you are.
But that's pretty much the conversation. I just really grossed out by what I saw this morning, and I saw that first thing in the morning. Like, I had just woken up when I saw that, which makes me want to delete that particular app, because there's always nonsense. It's always that member of the family.
It's for this particular situation, I just don't understand, and it's a very specific kind of dude that will agree with that. That will agree with.
It's the fact that I was like,
because I'm gonna say this, fellas, it's okay to have a high sex drive. There is nothing wrong with that.
This is a fantasy.
Yeah,
this is somebody's fantasy.
That's a fantasy. Two, it's about self-control. Like, that's the key part. Is
it's not even about partially self-control in the sense of like
if
you don't want to
reach that point, but you're also like, because it's very clear in that situation. That's that person saying, I have already thought about cheating. I plan on cheating. I just want you okay to cheat, and has likely already cheated.
Yeah, because that insinuation of, oh, let somebody tap in. Who do I know that's just willing to come fuck my man?
Yeah, like,
unless he already has somebody in mind that he's already convinced to come have sex with him. If someone's already been
interested, and he has the notion of, is it okay for me to cheat on you, and has the audacity to ask you, he's already probably fucked the person you have in mind.
Or in the very least, tried to convince that person that you're okay with it already before he came to you with that idea. Yeah. But this is somebody's sick fantasy, and the reason I say that is because he wants somebody at home to watch his kids, to cook his food, go to work. Even if he has a job, he wants a wife while also wanting a girlfriend. Multiple, typically. So he wants to be able to have sex with you while running the street, do whatever he wants. Oh, if he has a high sex drive and you can't, satisfy him, that, like, it was just the way she said it. It just sounded dumb. And you can't satisfy him either.
And I hate how she says, if you can't, as if it's your fault.
Right, like, oh, if y'all aren't my thing is like, bitch, if we're not compatible, then we're not compatible. Now, there are times when our sex drives and things do change. Women, after having children, are libidos up, down, all around. before our period, our sex drive is different after our period, the sex drive is different. So there's things that happen, but within that time, number one, you as a grown man, I'm assuming who has had multiple girlfriends, should have a little bit of an understanding of, I won't say how a woman's body works, but that last week of the month or that XYZ week of the month, she doesn't really want to have sex with me. I should probably figure something out. Or she's a little sick right now. I should probably put my dick somewhere else. Like,
oh my god. Like, also, just coming from a male perspective, if the roles were inverted, again, this is gonna be from a completely I feel like for me and you, this should be a no-brainer. In fact, for most human beings, regardless of gender or sexuality, this should be a no-brainer. If you if you don't feel like having sex, male or female, and your partner is, you don't have to force yourself to have sex. Like, that's not fucking.
You don't want to do
But
something,
yes,
you
if you don't want
even
to have sex, do not force
you
yourself.
shouldn't even try and make yourself do it. And especially because you're not doing it for yourself. That's the problem. Oh, I'm not gonna get into all the nitty-gritty because we're siblings, but like, if it comes down to it, there's a conversation to be had of, oh, this is for his pleasure. You can be a giver. You know what I mean? Like, you got givers and takers and tops and bottoms and dimes and shoves and
you got service.
You
tops
got service
and
tops and power bottoms. You got your roles and
Do
such.
you know the service top?
But even within those boundaries, there's times when those are non-sexual roles. There's times when those things aren't. You know what I mean? So like, you should be able to be satisfied in your partner, or find a way to be satisfied in your partner without immediately thinking, yes, let me offer dry coochie, like, or let me offer soft penis.
My dick is flaccid, and it will continue to be flaccid.
That is the video I watched earlier today. If you know what video I'm talking about, you know what video I'm talking about. But yeah, so Trinity, closing thoughts?
Yeah, a big key part of information is understanding, like, consent is important. Being, if you're not in the mood, don't force yourself to have sex. Understanding boundaries and having this kind of conversation is important. But if someone has the audacity to ask, is it okay? Not if I pretty much cheat on you. That's not okay. You need to probably focus on a more serious topic with regard to your relationship. And if you're okay with that, get some help.
Something I thought about yesterday, way before I saw this, and you'd be like, Victoria, no, you didn't. But yes, I did, I promise, because I was in a place mentally, as I always am. If you love somebody, like truly, genuinely love somebody, you won't want to see them hurt. In fact, you won't want your actions to hurt them. Genuinely love somebody. So rather than your actions or the things you could do or would do within, I guess, your relationship that could ruin, their perception of you, it's better to just break up with them. It's better for you to just say, I'm in a place where I need XYZ and I'm going to go get XYZ because I cannot get XYZ from you. So respectfully, I think that we need to take a break, or I think I need to go do whatever, sow my wild oats, have sex with other people, be blunt about it if you need to, because I'm having these desires. And if that person decides, okay, I'll wait for you, don't ever do that. Or, okay, it is what it is. It makes more sense for you as a person to decide your worth in that moment. And it makes more sense for you as the person on the other side of that to say, I see your value, so I'm not going to disrespect our relationship or disrespect you as a person by saying, I want to sleep with other people because you don't want to have sex with me. Or I want to have sex with somebody else purely because you don't have, the sex drive. You don't match me, but I want to stay with you. I want to still be with you. Fuck off. No, you don't want to still be with me. You just said you wanted to have sex with other people. Pick a struggle, bitch. Like, what? But that is my final thought.
I'm surprised that notion of Well, I want to have sex. I'm not in the mood. Well, someone has to suck my dick. Like, if it can't be you, then who?
You better figure it out.
It's just like, she's just like, just figure it out. And he's like, you know, fuck it, we're going to the barrel of Bantu.
Oh my god. Which that's not true, by the way. He didn't actually do
Yeah,
that.
I know. It's
But
not true.
all right, that's today's video. We'll see if it goes up on Friday. It might be Thursday. What's today? Today's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Then it will definitely be Thursday. But it will definitely be Friday. So sorry for no ASMR. We were trying to kind of scoot out of the ASMR world a little bit anyway. Not too much, just a little bit, just so we could do some other stuff on the channel anyway. So, all right, subscribe. Remember to subscribe to my channel. We have a channel goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are at 420, 430, something. We in there somewhere. So subscribe to my channel. Share the video with 3 people. How do you feel? Would you share your spouse? Do you have self-respect? Do I need to leave a link
Wait,
to
are
what
they even married? That was a thing we just kind of didn't even talk about.
significant other?
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, I don't even, from the way they're putting it, I don't think they're married.
Would you let your significant other cheat on you? Would you suggest letting other people sleep with your significant other? Do I need to leave a link to BetterHelp because you need therapy? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, bye.